It's graduation day, and soon we are going to be able to fully enjoy the Plum generation. Barney is just taking Plum out for a bit of a walk. Ashlyn's calling, um, nicely sending us some money. We'll consider that a graduation present. Graduation is coming up in just a couple of minutes, I believe. Yeah, it starts at 10:22. So we will be heading there very shortly. Actually, we probably should cancel this stuff so that we actually get to graduation. Now, we are going to go attend it, but as you know, these graduation situations, they're never quite what I would have hoped for. I guess we kind of got one for high school, but I had really hoped that we could have something more than a rabbit hole for university. It's kind of disappointing. Also, technically, Judy should be here as well. It's her graduation also. There we go. Okay, so she is way over here. Um, so basically, all they do is disappear into a building, and then after a bit of standing around, yeah, they come back out and they throw their hats around, and that's it. This is honestly probably one of the largest graduating parties I think I've seen. And apparently the Spirit Squad members are getting out of uniform already. Yeah, could we actually graduate though? That'd be great. Okay, so Barney has gone to attend. How about you, Judy? Can you? There you go. Well, at least Lobster Larry was able to make it. All right, Barney actually got a new personality trait of self-assured. I honestly think. Oh, so did Judy. Yeah, we'll go for it for now. But yeah, everyone just came jumping out here completely away from where I was, so that's fantastic. But they have officially graduated. We basically missed it because the whole thing all goes too quickly. Now, I have been waiting to officially get them their, big boy and big girl, jobs because we do tend to get a little bit of a perk and are able to jump ahead in a career. Oh, okay then. Okay, graduation is over, and basically now we're going to wait until we get the notification that we have like the actual official graduation and we get our diploma and everything. At that point, then we are able to jump ahead in a career, and that was kind of the reason why I went through the whole university process. It just kind of not only makes it make sense when they're going into jobs like becoming a doctor, but also, you have kind of a perk to doing that. Now, back here at home, it might not be very obvious, but I did do a little bit of rearranging. As I had thought about things a little bit more, I felt like a few tiny changes made some more sense. So I moved the bed from this wall over here to over here. There was some like overhead lighting. I thought I would rather have the side tables and the candles. It basically cost the same as those two lights. Like it was like the gauzy material with the lights hanging over the bed. I also decided to kind of create a little space here, which eventually will be like an entry space or, someplace where they have maybe skill building type items, something like that. But I I didn't really like this as the dining room here. Um, so I thought I would move the dining room over to this bigger window over here and create the living room space over here. So eventually there'll be like a TV here and maybe a slightly bigger table. I did debate trying to create a third room here, but I think this place is kind of temporary. This will probably be where they are when they have their first, possibly second child, but I don't see it being their permanent home. After Barney's last day of work, he did get a bit of a bonus, so I purchased a really fancy bookcase for them so that they had some place to put their books. I almost forgot to put Barney's little trophy out here. I'm sure eventually I'll find a better spot for it. I could probably also get rid of a few things. I don't even know why I have robot parts. We'll get rid of that. And I think for now that is good. He's feeling a bit hungry. I would love to be able to throw some kind of party, but unfortunately, their financial situation is just really not in a good place for that. So I think instead, she's going to go ahead and serve some kind of lunch and kind of work on her skills. At some point, obviously she's going to have a job where she is working in cooking. Um, it will remain to be seen. I think a lot of it depends on how we do. But she will eventually, they will have 5 children. I know his job is going to take quite a lot. Oh, that spoiled while he was eating it. Gross. But I think it remains to be seen whether or not she will be a working mom or a stay-at-home mom. I'm not 100% sure on which route I want to go with that. I think typically when there's going to be a lot of kids, I tend to have one of the parents stay home. Um, but I kind of feel like I want to do something a little different with that. I'm still debating. I think it would be fun, but also very challenging. Ah, the neighbor. What's cooking? Good looking? It smells great in the hallway. What are you cooking and can I have some? Um, you know, Judy is the one who loves to cook, so I feel like she'd be the one who would love to share, of course. So she will be like, "Of course, come on in, have something to eat. You need to eat this sandwich because you have work in about 2 seconds." Okay, 30 minutes, but that's like 30 seconds in Sims. Well, real life time. Things start to kind of meld together. The number of times I've tried to have him read a book is just beginning to annoy me. I can't believe that that is um uh sure, let's go tomorrow. Music festival sounds like fun. Um anyway, I keep trying to get him to read a book and it's getting to be kind of frustrating that it's taking me so long to finish probably one of the easiest levels of this aspiration. Oh no, you peed inside. See, there's something going on with this uh apartment, I guess. It's basically no matter how many times I ask, uh the dog is not able to go outside on her own. And yes, Plum is a she. I actually learned to check that. Uh, I kept calling Plum he, but Plum is a she. Yeah, I I don't know, but yet we were able to take her for a walk. We do ask her to go, and she doesn't. So there's some weirdness going on with this apartment. I was able to fix the floor here by taking this wall, dragging it to there. It like dragged flooring all along, and then rebuilding the room. Then the floors work now, and we've had no issues. Yeah, something with this apartment is causing issues. I mean, apartments being bugged. Is anyone shocked by this at all? All right, congratulations. University has earned Barney a degree, and the proof is in his diploma. You can find it in Barney's inventory. All right, we actually officially have our diplomas. I think I'm going to hang them in the office space here. Once Judy's home, I'll hang hers next to it. Now, I think that means at this point is when I'm able. I'm always a little off on this one, but I think now if I find a job, we should get a boost. Oh, and Judy got a promotion just as she's basically about to quit the job and go someplace else. But that does kind of help us out, because a little bit of a bonus there will give us a few extra things to help out. I think I'll wait to hang like pictures or things like that. Oh, we can actually put this book away as well. Okay, so I want to also try to have her get a job because her stuff came in. Um, I'm not going to interrupt Barney reading a book because if he's reading it, maybe it'll actually finally count. And I'm just going to let that happen. Okay, now I want to see if she goes to chef. Okay, So this is having a relevant degree means this position will come with a higher pay. So um this should be, plus we get the signing bonus and more vacation days. Okay. Yeah, definitely heading to chef. So she's going to switch jobs instant there, and she is level 6 already in this career. So this was definitely what I was looking for. Okay. And a signing bonus of 1,247, which is going to be huge for us in getting all of this set up. So as soon as he's done reading this book, which will hopefully actually finally count as number 2, we're going to get him set up in his job as a doctor. And I'm really hoping that comes with a bonus too, because then we're going to do just a little bit of fixing things up around here. All right, we finally got one that counted as 2. Thank you. That took forever. All right, and Barney is signing up as a doctor for 302 simoleons per hour. I have a feeling we're going to be out of this apartment pretty quickly. I I kind of also want to let them build up a bit of money for a while and enjoy their time here, and, feel a little bit like they're struggling just a little. I mean, we don't want it to be too easy, but we do now have 3,000 simoleons for me to work with, and he is already level 8 in the doctor career, so yeah. But keep in mind that once he becomes an adult, he's going to kind of change things up a bit, have a little midlife crisis moment. So we're going to be, changing up his job, and it would probably be a good idea if we've built up some income before then, because I have a feeling his future dance career or whatever he's planning, yeah, it's probably not going to be as profitable as being a doctor. Okay, I spent nearly everything, but I think we've made some major progress here. So I sold the kind of old couch and chairs that they had and got something that looked a little bit more like a retro modern kind of thing. I don't know how to fix the window. It glitched on me, and now it just is stuck like that. So we're just going to at some point get some curtains and cover that up and pretend it's not happening, because that's what I have to do about 99% of the time with stuff. But I decided on this chair, that's a very weird chair. I decided on this table because it kind of closely matched this, and then it kind of inspired the decision for these chairs, which then inspired the decision for the couch and chairs here, which then all of it trying to find a table that matched the wood, or at least somewhat coordinated with it. Um, that's how we ended up with this. So yeah, pretty simple. Didn't really change much. Added a little welcome mat here. The final bit of it went into creating a little workspace here, kind of a mid-range laptop and computer desk and chair. I wanted it to be kind of comfortable. We do eventually need more light in here, and probably another desk or more like skill building type objects, because as you may remember, Barney needs to do a whole lot of skill building at some point, so we definitely need to work on that. But I think, it's pretty major progress considering they have not even had a day of work yet. As far as her for beginning her career, she needs to prepare some food. She's not hungry, but I think I can have her prepare something anyway. I think, can I have you bake, and is that going to count? Because I want to build those skills for her as well. I really want her to have an all-around, like, baking and cooking and gourmet cooking. I want to get those all covered. At some point, I'd also probably like her to start making candy. It could be kind of fun to bring in like a little candy making or baking business at some point, kind of a callback to some previous generations and things that I've done in other saves as well. Anyway, we need to deliver a baby now in order to get a promotion. This could be a challenge because I do have the Panda Sama mod in there, and I'm hoping that that doesn't interfere. If it does, I'll have to remove it, but I don't mind if it's a bit of a challenge anyway, because we do need, I do want to take some time, and we do have like his entire like adult or young adult life to play around with this career. We didn't have to max it out. He has to change careers anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. But okay, did that count? Okay, that did count as preparing food. So we're going to put that away. And okay, his skillful sleep projection probably wants to do some cooking. And I think maybe she wants to take the dog for a jog. And then maybe she'll be a little more tired. She is an active sim, so she does enjoy getting out and being active, and I don't want to deny her that. All right, we have 2 days until he has to go to work. We still have a book to read, and unfortunately, I sold his bookcase in order to buy his desk. So I think we're going to head to the library and try to read a book there and get this part finished. Judy does have work in 7 hours. We should be back before then. I think a little Darley Porter and the Basement of Shadows sounds like fun. All right, and with that, the road ahead. So we're making progress on our bucket list, and we now need to get level 8 in 6 skills. So let's take a look at our skills, kind of see where we're at. We have level 8 in 3 skills so far, so we could do a little work on logic. Gardening might be a little difficult for us to work on right now. Charisma and fitness, we can definitely do some work on that. Those are pretty easy ones, just talk in a mirror or head to a gym. Let's see. Needs are great, so it might actually be a good idea to do just that. Let's head to a gym and do a little working out. I think there's actually one nearby. All right, we've dropped by the Harbor Quarter Gym. Let's see, we have workout machines there. We have treadmills. I think we'll go on the treadmill and do a little bit of an endurance run. He's got the energy and everything going for him right now, so we might as well get like a good solid workout in. We have time yet to enjoy the first karaoke night that we've had since we moved into our own apartment, since we graduated. This is when I feel like the karaoke nights are going to be the most important. We've reached the point where he's got his real job now, and family and everything. They're kind of missing us. We've got, see, as you can see, Susanna. We don't deal with Susanna. She's the one who was like a problem. The one who was like flirting with his mom's girlfriend, or I can't remember the story. It was a problem. Anyway, or his mom's husband. No, fiance, boyfriend. Something was going on that was really inappropriate, and we'll just go from there. But anyway, these karaoke nights are going to become more important because everyone is getting busier and having their, busy adult lives, and his parents are starting to age. He's going to want to make sure he gets everyone together for, good spirited karaoke night fun. All right, and Barney enjoys fitness. He also got that call from his mom, so he's heading off to there. We're going to go ahead and switch back over to Judy because she is about to head off to her first day of work as a chef. Okay, we're going to actually have her use the bathroom, brush her teeth to give her a little confidence boost before she heads off. And he's off attending an activity with his mom. This one makes no sense to me. The jobless thing, he literally has a job. I wish that they wouldn't give us that moodlet when they immediately get a new job, or if they get a new job, it should cancel the moodlet because it just does not make sense. Now, I will also go on to this, and I'm going to have her create fancier dishes, but I had her kind of like being a bit not great in school. No, we're getting rid of the jobless. I'm sorry. That makes no sense to me, but I had so that Judy the thing is that I see Judy as someone who is not very academic, but I don't think that means that she is not hardworking. So she will work hard at her job. It was just, I felt like she wasn't the type who would do very well with, the actual academic aspect of things. So we'll have her working hard. We'll have her kind of doing activities that clearly she cares about her job. She cares about her work. She cares about doing her best. It's just that she had a struggle with the more academic side of things. So, to explain why I have her working harder or doing, like the fancier dishes in this case, stuff like that, it's all meant to kind of explain who she is. And I really do think that someone who wants to have 5 children eventually, she's definitely going to have to be a hard worker. That kind of life is going to require a lot of hard work for all of us. And I think while he's waiting for her to come home, he's just going to practice his speech. We have some time before he has his first day. Now, speaking of that, is this reach level 3 in 3 careers. I'm a little upset that we're not seeing 2 marked off here, because technically he had more than level 3 in his part-time job, and now as a doctor he's level 8. So he should have already marked off 2 on this. It may be something that doesn't get marked off until we reach level 3 of a 3rd career, but I don't know. But this does mean we won't even complete this element until he has become an adult, because that's when we will get a different job. So yeah, that's a little discouraging, but I do want to kind of keep an eye on the parts that come up later so that we're still working toward those. And I'm talking out my rear on this one because it's the final step in it, so it really doesn't matter. All right, he is getting annoyed by the noisy neighbors. I think we should go politely knock on the door. Try to keep it polite, but oh my goodness, I completely forgot about karaoke night. You know what? Forget the neighbors. We're heading out. He's out here dancing to the music outside the door. And she brought 612 home. All right, let's get out here, go get some food and some music into our systems. All right, Barney's going to head straight for the karaoke for a little solo pop moment. And Judy is going to head straight to the bar to get some food. How about a meat and cheese platter? Something like that. She's sore from work. Has a bit of an aching back. Understandable. I've worked in kitchens before. It is tough work sometimes, I think. Okay, and she actually loves drinking from being a foodie, so we're definitely going to get her a drink to go along with this. We're going to get drinks for the whole group. Let's do something, I think... Okay, she might go a little overboard because, yeah, celebrating her first day of work. So we'll get the drinks and we'll go ahead and eat a serving of this. And when Barney is done, he's not super hungry or anything, but I think he might at least, oh, he's not going to put it in his inventory. I'll have her put it in her inventory. What do you mean you don't own the item? We literally bought it. How do we not own the item that we paid for? That's just silly to me. Alright, sit. Yeah, okay, that's... Yeah, fine, just sit with my wife, why don't you? So that I can't have a conversation with my own wife. Thank you very much. Oh, how rude. Also, why did you change back into this? Oh, ask due date? Excuse me, what? Huh? No. Oh, phew, okay. So he's just feeling rude, apparently. Ask if Judy wants children. Not right now, please. Not quite yet. Okay. How about a little joke? She looks like she's having a bit of a rough day. Yeah, making fun of noobs just totally seems like the way to go. Argue about the dirty surroundings? Are you in a mood that I'm not aware of? Instant regret from a mean social. Nailed it from singing poorly. Okay then. Maybe... Yeah, oh. And the drink was disappointing. Judy is just... Yeah, karaoke night was awful for both of them somehow, even though he completed 2 of the things. Alright, they just need to go home and get to bed. Okay, so I just realized that we have a whole bunch of stuff in our inventory from all of the accomplishments that we've had. I'm going to sell all of it and use this to kind of help with setting us up a little bit here with a few extra perks. All right, so the money gave us a bit to work with, and I think things look a little bit more comfortable. We've got some rugs tossed in here. I bought a violin for Judy because I noticed that she had a little bit of a violin skill, and I wanted to, you know, give her a hobby to work with. I also got a knitting thing here. Just I felt like that might be something she would be interested in taking up. I feel like someone who wants 5 children, she probably has these dreams of like making all their clothes and all of that. Just kind of typical mom kind of things. But he has his first day as a doctor starting in just a couple of minutes. I've got his needs pretty much where they need to be. And we just managed to get to level 5 of charisma skill too. So all around a good day. And I have a feeling we're going to come home with even more money when we're done. Oh, he also gets a diploma for being a doctor, which I thought was kind of cool. But yeah, added it there too. All right, here's Barney, all looking official and doctory. Okay, so we need to swab a patient for a sample, and we need to scan a patient's body, and we need to run tests. Okay, so let's start with the first kid here, and we're going to examine, swab for a sample, and then can we... Okay, scan is one of the options there. It has been forever since I've done the doctor job. It did get a little repetitive at points, and so I kind of backed off on that for a bit, but I have kind of missed doing this. I think it's fun. All right, run tests. Can we... Well, let's, okay. I know there's a way to do this. Oh, wait, I think it was the medical referral. Refer for an x-ray. And then I think we want to come over here and analyze the patient's sample, like so. Okay, so I think, yeah, we take him for the x-ray. I think that runs under the run tests. Oh my goodness, it's Winterfest Eve tomorrow already. This year is going so fast. Oh, just take off. Let the kid stand there doing nothing. That's great. I think we might need to actually finish what we were doing. Okay. Refer for the scan. Okay, I think maybe if we stick to him, we might actually manage that. Okay, the analysis is complete. The testing of Dion Avonley's... Oh, dude, give me a second. Okay, yeah, we'll get to the house call in a moment. Okay, the testing of Dion Avonley's tissue sample in the chemical analyzer was successful. The results strongly indicate the presence of an infectious illness, which Barney needs to diagnose and treat. Hadley, my dear, dear sister, who we really don't get along with all that well, give us a few moments. Dion Avonley, that means Avonley is like a family member, one of our, like somewhere in the family tree we had, so you got to give us time. We want to take care of our family. Okay, and apparently we also need to at some point do a house call too. It's not coming up on here yet, so I'm not going to stress about it just yet. And I think we do the logging in here. So, yeah, log the results after we finish. Oh, this poor kid looks so rough. Well, okay. Weak diagnosis. Okay, we don't want to do... Whoops, animation error. Not great. Okay, let's try that again. Let's log the results. And then we will get you back to the bed. So, let's see. Medical referral. Admit you to an exam bed. Get you back in bed. I feel like we might need to make sure there's a thermostat someplace in this hospital, because it does seem like people are cold. We're okay because we have the ice-proof trait, but yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, it looks like he's kind of just chatting with the kid and like, hey, so like, let's get you back to a bed. I know you're feeling unwell and you gotta walk all the way across the hospital. All the way back to this bed. Not even the bed you were in, but also the idea of carpet in an exam room sounds a little scary to me. I don't know. Okay, somehow that didn't count as running tests. But we're going to check your ears. And apparently we need to swab you again, or are we just going to swab somebody else? We'll probably swab somebody else to get that. Dude, Mom, listen. Sounds great. Sure. Hopefully we'll be done in time, okay? But right now we're kind of a little... Oh wait, we have a compelling diagnosis. Bloaty head or starry eyes? Okay, can we do just a couple more? Let's just discuss health. I don't want to screw up my first diagnosis, so we're gonna go through, check everything. I know... Oh, what? Okay. Decent diagnosis chance. Barney has enough good examination data to give Dion a probable diagnosis. Further testing could increase. Okay, yeah, so we're going to scan you again. And yeah, patient left. Toby was tired of waiting. You know, it's not my fault. It takes forever to literally do everything. So if we could maybe hire another doctor, that'd be fantastic. If we could try that out. Okay, let's just discuss general health. Because that was... Okay, yep, okay. Now I think we've got a compelling diagnosis still. I thought you said I got a decent diagnosis. Okay. We don't have anything more to examine. Could we refer you for an x-ray? I don't think that's going to do me any good for figuring out you got bloaty head or whatever, but... Actually, you do feel like you've got bloaty head, though. Okay, we can discuss general health again, too. Which seems a little weird. Oh my goodness, another patient left. Didn't we do an x-ray already on you? This feels a little silly. To spend our entire day on one kid. Okay, Judy's gonna be... the Sims were waiting forever, but he never showed up. They finally gave up and drove to a different hospital. Look, I'm one doctor running this entire hospital. I don't know what y'all expect from me. And Dion has a treatable ailment, at least, you know? So we're healing a kid here, okay? So have a little patience with us. Patience. Okay. Bloaty head. Yep, I was kind of right on that one. All right, so we're going to get over here then. We're going to take your temperature. And, oh, wait, diagnosis rendered. So we got to treat you, too. Okay, so we're going to treat you with bloaty head with a shot. Oh, poor kid. I hate shots. So, like, I'm feeling you. Okay. We need more tests here. We're gonna get a swab. Okay. We're just gonna run around getting everybody. Okay, we're gonna check your ears. You know, maybe if we're actually working on people, they won't be so upset about things. That's what I'm hoping. Okay, I thought you were crying for a minute there. Alright, we're gonna check your ears. We're gonna... Okay, you're sticking your fingers in your ears, so that tells me I need to check your ears as well. And then I need to analyze that sample. So I think we'll head over here and analyze that sample. How much time do we have left? 3 hours. Oh, we got plenty of time. Okay. Alright, we're good. We can see right through your head, so that's probably not a great thing. Last I checked, there's supposed to be a brain in there. So, just, problematic, but we'll run some tests, try to find your brain. Okay, not going to be bloaty head, because there's clearly nothing in that brain, or in that head. Okay, and then another patient left. We're doing great. Fantastic. We should probably just get you guys into beds here. Okay, medical referral, admit. Medical referral, admit. Okay. We'll just get you in. Oh, dude, cut in line much? Okay, admit to a bed. Ayumi, really? Okay, I'm glad you're in love, but I have no idea who you actually are. She's just part of our family, and I've never really known how, and... Okay, scanning... Are we actually putting all of these people in beds? Because I've told everyone to get in bed. Wait, Aren't you the kid we just cured like 2 seconds ago? I don't know what's going on anymore. Okay. Okay, we're chatting with Rocky. Gonna get you in bed. Okay. Silas has some kind of infectious illness. Okay. At some point, I actually was able to kind of determine some of the illnesses by sight. There's certain things when you're watching them, you can see what is happening, and some of that can help you in making a decision as well. Okay, no. Okay, stop. Stop pretending. We're gonna log this so that we can at least, hopefully. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay. Barney's. It's ending in an hour. Well, your issue is you're clearly a vampire. Okay, is that gonna be enough for us to pass this? Hectic day of patient care. Higher work titles mean more responsibilities. Work a full day doing examinations and tests in order to properly diagnose and treat. Okay. Wait, that's right. We can stay late. Let's stay late and make the most of this. He's a workaholic. He's going to stay late. That's just the way he is. Now, you get your butt into. How about you have a treadmill test? We'll do that. We've completed everything we have to, so now we can just kind of play around and actually diagnose patients. It'd be great if a pregnant woman came in and we could just knock that one right off right away. Okay, we're going to admit you to a bed right away. And, okay, results are inconclusive. You look like a nurse. You should get to work. Okay, you have some clear stripes going on. I feel like this is gonna be like a pretty obvious one. Um, sure, yeah, great. All the exceptions coming in when I'm trying to do this. Okay, and let's check your ears. Scan a little bit. Cage is staged up to a teen. Oh my goodness. Next time we're gonna have to definitely make sure we visit the rest of the family, kind of check in on everybody. I'm really curious about how everyone's doing. It would be really nice to see. And yeah, I also have a feeling when we're done here, we're gonna have a pretty decent chunk of money too. So I'm probably gonna do a little bit more like, okay, we have a weak diagnosis. I think I want to click again and I want to look at her weak diagnosis stuff. Okay. Triple threat, gas and giggles, burning belly. Okay, I can't remember which one is giving us the tiger stripes, but okay, so we gotta examine just a little bit more, perhaps. Did we swab you yet? Okay, wait, we have okay, weak diagnosis yet. Well, that's not helping me at all. I really want to diagnose you before we leave. Okay, we got a tissue sample. We've got a weak diagnosis yet, so, okay. I know that there's an obvious one for this, and I really wish I could remember it all, and now I have to remember that all again, and it really stinks. We'll get it eventually. I'm sure we're gonna spend a lot of time here with Barney because we have to wait for a pregnant woman to show up and deliver a baby. Well, a pregnant anyone to show up. I do have it set so that that's possible. So there we go. 4,712 simoleons for our first day of work. Yeah, we're going to be doing very well, I think, very quickly, especially with Judy having a job as well. We're going to be out of that apartment, or we're going to have a very nice apartment. One or the other, or eventually both, but all right. I think that's where I'm going to wrap it up for today. I feel like I have been rambling on for far too long, and you're probably sick of hearing my voice. And yeah, we're going to kind of jump in and check on the rest of the family next time. In between episodes, I'm going to do a bit more work on the apartment with the money that we have, plus whatever Judy ends up bringing home. And, I think we're coming along pretty well here, though. It's definitely becoming pretty cozy and we've made a lot of progress today. Having a high paying job definitely helps in that situation. But thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day and keep on being perfectly you.